going to be talking about Dandy's World and has a few things, so if you don't feel like listening to a kind of heavy video, please click off.
Dandy's World, the game with the problematic devs, problematic fandom, and basically problematic everything. Today I'm here to talk about my opinion of the game and a little bit of the devs. And you can't forget the fandom! But before we get into any of that, hi, my name is Grape, and this is my first video. I thought since everything has kind of cooled down a little bit, more on that later, I should really make a statement about it, especially because I actually really liked the game at one point. I'm assuming everyone knows what Dandy's World is because you clicked on this video, but just in case you don't, I'll give a very light overview. Dandy's World is a 3D mascot horror game on Roblox. In this game, your goal is to complete machines and get away from Twisteds. You play as a variety of toons, each having their own ability to either help yourself or help other people on your team. Now, I do think that the overall idea of the game is very good, along with the characters. I much enjoyed having silly roleplays with my friends and other people just in the server. However, this is where the game started going down. I'm sure you've heard this from about 1 million other people, probably more qualified than me, but as a casual player that almost reached floor 40, the game was very repetitive after floor 20. In my opinion, after a while, it would just start to get boring. I feel like more floor events were very much needed to keep the game interesting. Also, and this might be a controversial take, but I personally think that the new machine types are bad. I don't like the circle machines or the running machines, and especially not the fin ones. I personally believe that giving the Twisteds more interesting abilities, like per se Twisted Bassie, even though she lagged the whole server out, I think her ability gave a nice break in the gameplay, for the distractors at least. Giving other Twisteds like Shrimpo more interesting abilities, even though he's a common, would be very helpful. On a side note, I also want to talk about the three main quote-unquote roles. Distractor, Extractor, and Healer are not balanced. In my opinion, I feel like the game should have never had distractors in the first place. I personally feel like it stops the repetitive gameplay for at least a while. Having Twisteds chase you around, trying to get away from them, is the whole point of the game. And it's what's fun for me. It was so boring to just watch the distractor go in circles knowing that they weren't having fun. The other roles are fine to me. One of them is what you're supposed to do, and one of them is just helping your teammates. It's mostly fine, it's just the distractor role that gets me every single time, coming from a retired distractor. Another thing, this would happen more in the past, but almost every run I join would have people fighting in it. There would be some kind of drama going on between two players, which would result in them griefing each other. It was horrible every single time it happened, and we wouldn't even get far in those runs. Floor 10 at most, and that's being generous. But that's enough about the gameplay. Let's move on to the... Okay, so fun fact, while I was writing this video, the thing with Quell replying to everyone came out, and I can't really use my script for this part anymore, so I'm just gonna say what I think from memory. Quelliver is a horrible person, and I do not support her at all. You should not play Dandy's World at all, in my personal opinion, from now on. You should find modded games or other alternatives. I think that the thing with her and Rox is horrible. I pray for all the victims, and I hope that they get better. Moving on. Now this is the real meat of the video. I have such a grudge against this fandom. It's not even funny. The dark shippers, the problematic artists, the Yumi shippers, and don't forget the Toon X Toon shippers. But let me go into more detail. So first of all, this game has a huge reputation for being very problematic when it comes to dark shipping. I don't know what it is about it, but every single one of these kind of videos, the one I'm making right now, I always see some kind of dark shipper shipping Toodles or the dog with somebody else. It is extremely disgusting, and I will never support dark shipping, ever. If you really think that this is okay, you really, really need to get some help. This is not okay, and this is unforgivable. Next up on the chopping block are all of the problematic artists. I'm not going to be pointing my fingers at anyone in the community, but there have been several very problematic people that have been exposed that are in the Danny's World community. It's so interesting and disgusting how many people there actually are. Second to last, we have the Yumi shippers. I already have strong opinions on these people that I won't be getting into here. I will probably be making another video in the future about them, but even though Quell is problematic, she has stated that she does not allow this kind of shipping with any of the toons. Yet I still see people do it even to this day. It is genuinely horrifying that you would go against this rule, knowing full and well that the dev has said that the toons cannot consent. And last but not least, the Toon X Toon shippers. I cannot even put into words how much these people have absolutely ruined this fandom. Don't get me wrong, I think shipping characters is not that bad. But the extent that people have gone to ship these not even human characters is very weird to me. I remember a while back there was a huge controversy going on because of fruitcake shippers. I remember a bunch of people getting angry because someone else didn't like the same ship. I remember it being a literal war, and it being so bad that several other commentary YouTubers went to go over it. I genuinely think that shipping has ruined this community. Controversial take, but I feel like there shouldn't even be ships in this game at all. I know the dev herself has heavily implied that fruitcake is a ship, but people have made it genuinely so weird. I feel so bad because most of the animation memes and stuff like that from the beginning of the fandom have just been replaced with shipping videos. But don't get me wrong, ships were not the only thing that ruined the community in my opinion. I remember there also being discourse from people from other fandoms picking at us, the people who enjoyed the game, which is a whole other issue. I remember these kinds of people saying that only weird kids with the silly autism humor played the game, which is not true. Being a weird kid is not a bad thing, but having that kind of humor is not okay at all. Saying that, it is also not okay to stereotype a whole fandom either. Even though that this whole video is talking about my issues with the community, there are still good people in it. I can think of many people who have made amazing things because of this game. Just because there's a few bad actors does not mean you should ruin it for everyone else. That's just stupid. Quell, just give it up, man. Your game is so dead that Dress to Impress has more active players. Well, thank you for watching. Bye! Thank you so much for watching to the end. This is my first video, so any constructive criticism will be appreciated, and please comment your own takes. Alright, really bye this time.